Hello, welcome to another one of my car truck repair videos. My name is George Schlacek. Boom. So, what's on the agenda today, guys? Well, it is the carpet. I've been kind of dreading that a little bit because I have no experience in putting carpet on an uneven surface. I have on a few occasions laid a carpet in a room, and I have to admit that I wasn't really the best at it, but I could make it work. Yeah, I know there are special carpet stretcher tools, and there are some, what do you call them again? Owie board, you know, those strips with spikes sticking up where you stretch the carpet and then it kind of hooks in there to go all around the perimeter of the room, and then the baseboards are just above that. On a truck you don't have any of this, but there are retainer panels, I guess you call them. They go from one side of the door to the other. Then there's a panel here, and in the back as well there's a panel, so the carpet would be kind of tucked under that, and that holds it in place. But in a house you never have a big hump like that. Where the bench attaches, which is here, another one under there, I still have to find the right spot, cut a hole in there. See, it's right there, it's simple. Just put the bolt in and then I know exactly where it's at. So the front is the part I care about, the back not so much. I could even do it in two pieces up to here where it's fairly straight. And then the back, well, it could be another piece and it could overlap this one. Well, to begin with, I'm going to take the old mat, put it on top of the carpet, mark the outline, and then cut a piece that is on each side, probably about 1.5 inches or so bigger than that. So that way I'll know that my piece is going to be sufficient to fit into the truck. And it might make it a little harder to juggle around, but I think I could find a way. So here's the beautiful carpet that I got for this. You can see my shadow in there because it's very sunny today. And if I go from this way, then you don't see that so much, and you can perhaps admire the good quality of this. This is what somebody would have in their living room, guys. And this is what it's going to cover up. I put all the bolts in there so that I know exactly where to cut the holes. But before cutting anything, this just has to go in here. And hopefully I could cut it to fit and mold it to the shape of this thing. This tunnel is what worries me the most. But there might be more to look out for because I haven't started yet. That's going to change momentarily, and the next time you see me, there's going to be some carpet in here, or maybe it's just going to be marked and cut. There you go. Now we're looking at the rubber mat laid right over this carpet. I left about 1.5 inches, 2 inches on this side that I'm not going to cut right away. Now I'm going to make a line all along the edge of this, again probably 1 inch or so out. And then same thing here. Gotta leave some extra because this carpet isn't straight. So probably when I try to mold it to the floor, yeah, I'm gonna lose 1.5 inches or so on each side, possibly more, but this is already flattened to some degree, so it should be okay. I don't know. It's kind of hard to cut this, but it's okay. I'll get it done. Beautiful leftover piece. How to best throw that in there, I have no clue, but I have an idea. Yeah, I just pull it till it's more or less the same on all sides. I think then I'll deal with this, and it seems like it's quite pliable because the weather is good. So I think it's gonna be good enough for my specs here once this is in, but I'm not done. Yeah, so the way this is cut right now, I got a little bit too much stuff here, so I think I'm gonna cut this. I don't know about this part. Definitely can lose a little bit, and maybe a little bit in that corner as well, so that this could go more, you know, to cover all the stuff there. I don't want to obstruct the gas pedal, but yeah, I think it doesn't matter if there's carpet under there. So yeah, I'm gonna start cutting again a little bit for the tunnel, and then we'll see. It can be quite deceiving when you're using this to put the carpet right up against the wall and then cut it, you know. It's almost like you have to give it some extra, but I think we're still okay. We're still within the limits here. Cut that side too. So if this doesn't look like progress, then I don't know what would. Next step here, I got all the bolts. They kind of have a hole. I don't know how easy it would be to find this with the bench actually here. I'm probably gonna cut them a little bit bigger. There's one here too for a seat belt thingy. Yeah, these things have to go in, and then this carpet is probably gonna move a little bit. Hopefully not too much in the front, because that's where you actually see it and you have your feet. Up to here about, it's all covered by the bench, so it's not critical. However, I don't really want it to pull too far away from these corners. Well, if worse comes to worse, I'll figure out a way to just put something in the corner, because yeah, if I have to put something in the corner there or whatever, you know, just to like hold everything together the way it should be, I think that's fine. I don't really look there when I drive the truck. And the part in the front here I'm quite happy with. There's a little bit of an issue here. You know, it's not perfectly adapted to the tunnel, but I mean, who cares? This is going to be a work truck, so I'm totally fine with that. There's going to be a rubber mat going across that anyways, I think, or at least one on either side. But you know, they have these long ones for the pickup trucks, and maybe if it's not $100 or so, I'll get one. Putting the bench back in there. Yeah, or so I thought. See, I kind of washed it with the pressure washer and sucked out the water with the shop vac, the dirt and the water. And now I see that it's still dripping quite significantly, and maybe it's a good idea to try and blow this out. Still dirty water coming on there. Well, I guess this is a good excuse to take a break, but I don't want to pack everything up because I'll be back out here. I kind of got it set in my mind that I want to get that bench in today. Well, it's definitely not going to be completely dry when I put it in there, but I don't think it has to be. If I leave both windows open just a little to let it evaporate over the next day when the weather is still supposed to be quite nice here. Let me check my weather app here. All right, well, it feels like it's really warm here, but it's only 13 degrees. But tomorrow we're gonna hit 16, and it's gonna be equally sunny, I believe. So this is gonna dry out in no time, I'm hoping. A leak in the bench. I can actually literally wring this out. See? It's sponge. What can I do? Nothing is worse than standing around and watching something dry, so I brought a weapon. It's a heat gun. A Martha Stewart one. Can you believe it? I got this. Well, I believe mostly what's dripping now is probably because of the angle that it's at. It's just going to dry up, that's all. Hopefully it's not going to be dripping onto the truck floor. Slid right in. It sure looks nicer than before. It looks like I have one bolt hole already lined up. Let's see if this is catching like this by hand. And so far I don't think it is, but maybe I need to get the socket. Yeah, this is part of the problem here. A little bit of lint. I was a bit off. This one's catching. So that would mean the other one can't be too far off. I'm not going to tighten them down yet. See this Allen key? Just push it through here and see if I can line it up with that. That is definitely over a hole. I think that's working. Alright, finally. This came nice and tight. Alright, after a battle of about a half hour or so, I can show you this side of the cab. Don't mind this one here. It's still, yeah, I shouldn't have put the bench in so soon, but I'm kind of limited as far as time goes, and it's outside. So yeah, when you look at this clip right there, or it's a plate, I want to say, a panel, whatever. I don't know why there's nothing here. There should be something, but I don't think it came with anything there. So I might have to go to the pick and pull and find something that I can put there. See, the carpet isn't perfect back here, but it doesn't really matter. It's all secured here. I have to still put the seat belt down, believe it or not. I used Robertson head deck screws. Well, I still have to do a few things, as you can probably tell, but it's progressing. So this side still needs this cut, and I'm also going to cut it out a little bit around these screws here, because it's going to make my life easier when I'm trying to put these retaining panels in. Got to put this panel in there. It should slide right in, but right now with these screws there, it's hard to do that. So I'm going to take these out. Okay, just to show you this, this part is in as well. This doesn't fit quite as perfectly as I imagine it should. This side is a little better. But now, once this retainer grip is back in, I think this will kind of settle into place. It'll be okay. Alright, well, there's still some seat belts to be attached, but other than that, this is all ready to go. I'm sitting on the bench, but my butt's getting wet as I talk to you because I hosed this off. There's still a lot of cleaning up to do in this interior, because now with the new carpet and the bench, like not really clean, but better. Now this dash and all this stuff looks awful. Looks like somebody tried to paint it here. It's never going to look quite beautiful, but I can get it a little better than this. Anyways, this was my struggle with the carpet. It was quite a process, but it's in, and it's another hurdle that I passed. This truck, it's taking shape. If you like this video, there are more like this to come. I'm rebuilding this truck, you know, basically started from the ground up, getting it towed here, wasn't running, didn't have keys for it, nothing. Now I can lock the doors. I have interior that's almost kind of nice. The engine, yeah, next thing, I have to rebuild the fuel system, and yeah, it's all progressing little by little, and I'm sure it's not going to be long, and this thing is actually going to roll down the road. If you want to see that, subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you the next time.